I first of all want to say a very big thank you to the organizers, facilitators, sponsors, and everybody. Mr. Jude Ashedu, his method of teaching is awesome. No matter how he demystifies everything, I just want to say thank you to him. And special thank you to you, Mr. John. You're a very patient man, very, very patient. I can't count how many times I've had to bug you on a couple of issues several times a day, and you're always very prompt to respond. I want to say very big thank you. And for this program, it's been very wonderful. It's been awesome. Yes, I have had opportunity to, or my school has had opportunity to run, that's Elkanah Schools, online classes last year. And I must say that we had so many hitches. It was kind of complicated. For some members of staff, it was just too complex for them to hang on to. And this might sound funny, but I know that a member of staff actually fell sick on top of online schools. It was stressful. But having come through for this, the BAF program, everything became so easy. It became so, if I don't have enough words to explain it, but it has made every one of us here better. And it has made, even I've been able to learn better ways to do it using this very same app that we actually did work on during school. We're still using some of these apps and it's become so easy. I can say that I'm a better person. The children are enjoying a better way of learning. It's become very easy for them. Even though, yes, we do classroom-based teaching now, schools are in session. Sometimes I've had to use some of the things I've learned here in the class, and it made my work easier as a teacher, and it made learning more interesting for the children. So I want to say a very big thank you. I'm still trying to find the right words to use, but let me just say thank you so much, the BAF, for putting up this project. Thank you for all the sponsors who have brought forth resources to make it a success. Thank you to you, Mr. John. Your patience is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless all of you. And I pray that you keep having better breakthroughs, much more successes in all you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And be rest assured that your effort, the work you have put into this is definitely not a waste. Thank you so much.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It has been a great pleasure being a part of this educative program. Like, it wowed me. Like, when my proprietor first brought the notice of this program, I was like, Nigerians and their thing, free thing. We understand how it looks like or how it feels when free things are being announced in Nigeria. You know, it's not really taken serious, or even when they offer it to you, you know, it is not of quality. But I skipped the first day of the training, but I just pick up the interest and follow the second class, which is the next upper Saturday. And I was so wow, like, is this really real? A free thing, like, and like something I didn't pay for. And from each modules, each courses, each lessons, each assignment, the way the teacher breaks it down and all our complaints, the way it's been attended to, I've never ever come across something like this. Yes, I've really had notice of online classes, but I've been a phobic of it. Like, I'm this kind of person that I love my Saturdays to be for myself. I use it for myself, but when this happens, I skip everything I need to do to attend classes. And at the same time, this kind of person that I love my teachers being around me so that you can show me exactly what I need to do, how to do it. But on this online class, I don't even feel that my lecturers are far from me. Everything is done step by step, step by step. And even if I have issues, you have people who are there to attend to you politely. I really want to appreciate every one of you for bringing this kind of program to us. You know, one thing is that teachers are one of the least people who are being put in mind to maybe empower or to help them one way or the other. But for BAF to come with this such an amazing program, I want to really say God bless you. Thank you so much for the time, for the effort, for the stress that you go through, because we know it's not easy. Sometimes even at night, most people call and you and the sponsors and all of you still have time to answer. Even it's kind of funny to say that sometimes I see that you people post informations on the WhatsApp platform, and many people will still skip that information and still come back to repeat answering question. And I'm like, wow. And the way your responses will come, so polite, so meek, as this is really unique. So I just want to appreciate all of you on behalf, the sponsors, everybody who has taken time, that God will bless you and reward you for every effort you have placed or given to us, that whatever you have done, God will repay you in million folds. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to give my words of expression. To be candid, I've been looking for an opportunity to say thank you to everyone in your team, the team members for Bumi Adedayo Foundation and the sponsors, to say a big thank you. You have been so awesome in the sense that you presented what is worth more than $1 million. For example, if we are to invite you personally to train us as a school, we would invest for this kind of worthwhile training. We would invest many, a very huge amount of money. But you are just giving us on a platter of gold. And I really also want to appreciate many schools that also do not take you for granted. When I see schools giving their support, giving their comment to encourage you, I feel happy, and I want to appreciate them at the same time, because I know you really need to also be encouraged along the line to be able to know that, okay, to be able to press on the good work, because going through the series of training right from the module 1 to module 7, it has totally, caused a turnaround in me personally. Initially, I thought I know of the IT world, the digital world. I thought I am an expert, but on seeing your breakdown and analysis, I saw that you have just gone beyond my imagination. I never really knew that apps could be so much function, having many functions to perform. And also I never know that there are some apps that can also help to solve a lot of academic problem. And you did not just introduce us to the use of app alone, you also brought us to the place where we can also know the methodological know-how of how to have an organized, how to have an organized structure when it comes to preparing notes, lesson content, and everything. This is what I, for one, look up to. Sorry, I have not mentioned I am Oloyekende Samuel from ACHS Nursery and Primary School. So I am the head teacher, actually. So I knew your impact because, you have helped us, because we are not, let me don't use the word, we are not the British school. We are not the school that have those facilities and everything. And so I know what the worth of what you're giving to us is. So when I was communicating with my teacher, because I had actually started handing down the training down to other teachers with my team, with the other 2 teachers, I let them know that what is with us, what we are holding on to, what we are about to deliver, what was given to us is worth more than $1 million. And I really want to appreciate you. I really want to thank you for just giving it to us on this platter of gold. We would not take you for granted anywhere. We would always remember after now that there is a particular team, there is a particular foundation that stood the ground to deliver such a great and worthwhile content to schools that do not have the privilege to have such. And this is going to bridge the gap, because what your impartation is upon us would also have influence on these indigenous pupils in classrooms. And in the long run, there is going to be a blend between pupils that are able to afford rich school with, a very huge amount of school fees, and those that could not afford such kind of facilities and everything. Thank you very much. I don't want to say much so that others can also have time to contribute. I really want to appreciate you and appreciate your team member. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Actually, I want to give a profound thanks to the BAF learning platform. Although it has not been easy and is a type of project that demands time, attention, and many other resources, but it has been a really educative platform for me. I mean, although I do go through some apps, at least I make use of some apps in delivering lesson content. But with the extra information, extra impact I've gotten from BAF learning platform, in fact, I'm really happy. I'm overjoyed about it. And I'm sure, although it is time consuming, but I'm always eager to go through everything, every download. I'm eager to download every app, go through it. In fact, till yesterday, I'm still exploring. This morning, I've explored. And I'm still going to continue exploring till I'm sure that, yes, I've gained every perfect thing I need to gain. I'm really thankful to the BAF organizers. It has been a really wonderful time. It has been a really wonderful experience. And I'm thankful for every other person that has joined that's into the project as a whole. I've learned how to formulate lessons online and how to deliver to a large crowd on a bigger platform.
I'm Mrs. Abiona Comfort from Christ Step Home School. I really thank God because the person that spoke last is one of our teachers. I think she's the math teacher. And I just want to comment here that it's like my own case is different from every other case, every other testimony. When you talk of people that I don't really like, will I say I used to shy away from when it comes to technology. When I was introduced to this path of it, I said, what is all this one now? What is all this one? In fact, it's something gave me a headache. But as the time goes on, I realized that when it comes to OneNote, I said, which one is OneNote again? Which one is this one? Which one is that one again? And could you believe that I never knew my phone can do something extraordinary? My own is just to make call, receive whatsoever, and that's all. But I want to thank the Coca-Cola Foundation. They are really, really, because I know in this country, teachers are regulated to, I would say even second class, fourth class citizens. Nobody remembers us. At least Bumi Adedayo Foundation, you have really, really, really done a lot. I gained and I'm still gaining. And in my heart of heart, I would have loved, maybe I was thinking in my heart, I said, had it been is not for this COVID-19 of the team, maybe they would have given us the opportunity to come together, maybe in a hall, as you are doing it. Like someone like me, as you are doing it, I'll be doing it. So that, number one, so that I won't forget. And so that I'll be able to do it. And when I get home, to be able to like practice all over again. But thank God for the booklet that was given to us and the videos. So sometimes I will have to go back, click, sit down, watch the videos, read the book for me to be able to get it. So is for people like me, you have made me to now like find joy in going into technology, using technology to teach the children, and I'm very happy. In fact, in the school, I will tell the teachers, we are going places, so these people are really, please, let's do it. Let's just do this.
Wow,
So
wow,
I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy because for people like me, when I hear techno, before you say G,
We
I will
understand. We understand. We understand. But we
but
happy.
now you have really encouraged me. You have really encouraged me, and I'm so happy that in fact I'll tell my children, do you know this? Google Classroom. I was so happy.
Wow.
I was able to write something. For me to write something, you won't know what it means to me. For me to even write something. In fact, I've really tried, and you people have really tried. You will know
Thank
that
you.
in fact, you have really helped to develop someone. I'm very happy, and I appreciate everybody in your group, the Bumiade Dayo Foundation, Coca-Cola, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to share my mind with everyone here. My name is Mrs. Adegboyega. I am the head of First Icon Nursery and Primary School, Ikorodu. I am a technological person. I know more of computer and all that, but I am still dazed about what you have done. You know, I am starting right away in third term resumption. My primary 5 is starting we are starting online. No more note of lesson except those notes that will be on our on the ones that we will record on our phones. I have one note now. I can even from all this holiday as the school vacates now. Come Wednesday next week, we will start right away to do the online teaching for the primary, for those preparing for secondary school. A lot of other things, but you know, I'm just elated. My husband was like, so there is something that could glue you to your computer like this, that could glue you to your phone more than Facebook and Instagram. Sincerely, that's really to be a great educator that I'm supposed to be. I really appreciate what Coca-Cola and the Bumiade Dayo Foundation has done in my life. It is a great time to raise them up, and Mr. and a whole lot of you that are helping us to learn. May your family not lack part in Jesus' name. Thank you and God bless you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, my name is Yanu Omoyajo Mary from Great Bloomer School, Yaba. You know, this is a wonderful experience, I must say. You know, I've been teaching online over time, but then I've done it the crude way. You know, Bumiade Dayo Foundation has enlightened me and my co-teachers also. I'm the English teacher there in Great Bloomer School. And, you know, teaching my learners online now has become more flexible. You know, I would have more time to research, then go to the classroom for ample class activities, you know, tasks that would also expand their horizon, unlike the normal way that you go to the class and you have limited time to spend with them. So having created my video lesson, I can go to the class with interesting activities for them, and they can even start exploring more than the paper, pen work that we've been doing over time. You know, they can go online from the comfort of their houses to explore and learn more. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, when I did my, the learning designer, when I designed my digital lesson plan, I was so happy to see it. It was really beautiful. Unlike when I have it in my lesson notes, it was really beautiful. I was like, wow, this is interesting. You know, I never knew that the lesson plan can be that beautiful. You know, thank you very much. I don't know what else to say. I'm really happy. I'm elated. God bless you. God bless the organizers. God bless Mr. Jude. God bless the sponsors. God bless everyone Mr. John, God bless you. May God continue to expand you, to enlarge your coast. Men, angel will favor you all in Jesus' name.
My name is Miss Ezine Chikeze from Guided Step School, Oshodi.
Please write on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I want to say a big thank you to BAF and Coca-Cola for sponsoring this program, because before now, I'm not the technology type. I only make use of my phone, maybe probably WhatsApp. Even sometimes I don't even do Facebook and receive messages. But when my boss, the owner of the school, told me about this program, I was like, what kind of wala is this one now? Me that I'm not the technology type, and she's now bringing this program to me. I was like, okay, well, no problem. That should take, put my name, include my name. And along the line, I find it fun, very interesting. You know, the lessons Mr. Judah Shedu is always on top of his game. I really want to appreciate him. And I also want to appreciate you too. You're very patient, honestly, with our wahala, asking so many questions, repeating the same question that you have answered. And I really want to say a big thank you. Then the program has actually impacted me, because me not being the technology type, but it has actually opened my eyes that I was like, no, I really need to put my feet down and go into this technology thing if I really want to move from where I am. Last year, we did an online lesson due to the COVID, and we made use of our WhatsApp platform. It was very hectic, very, very hectic. After the online something, I even felt sick because of it. But with this one, I always tell my boss that, this is very interesting, that we need to, make this compulsory in the school. And she's always, yes, that she will do that. Even if some parents will say, no, they don't have an Android phone. Those that have an Android phone should come, should pick up the thing and let us do it. Why those that don't have, they'll come and meet us wherever we are. We should come and meet us and all that. Then when we did this, it was very stressful, especially the OneNote. I also want to appreciate my boss, because she's always encouraging. She's always the one doing most of the thing and all that. The OneNote actually gave us tough time. It gave us tough time. And at the end, we put through. Thank you very much. We have to go back to the videos. We have to read our manual over and over again. We have to try so many things, because my boss is a computer person. So even this OneNote, I asked someone I thought was a computer guru, do you know anything about OneNote? And the person was like, OneNote, what is OneNote? I was like, okay, I'm a step ahead of you. That's what I told him. I said, okay, that means I'm one step ahead of you. So all of that, I find it very interesting. And in my school, we have decided that by next term, third term, we're going to actually introduce this to the children. And my PowerPoint that I did, I had to share it with my class, my pupils in my class. And they were like, wow, auntie, this is interesting, it's interesting. And I was like, whoa, okay, which means third term is going to be more interesting. And it was fun. You see them, they were elated, they were excited. And even before the question would pop up, they've actually started thinking on their own, started answering, okay, aunties like this, aunties like that. They were even asking, aunties, this is what we'll be doing now. I was like, okay, yes, we'll be doing it and all of that. And they were very, very excited. So I really want to appreciate BAF, because before now, when my boss told me, I was like, babe, this wahala, every Saturday, this one, which wahala is this one? I was teaching school. I said, come and be doing online programs and all that. But in all, it was very interesting that each time I'll be waiting, when we will have a Zoom meeting, let me even connect. And I never knew that my phone could do a lot of things aside WhatsApp, Facebook, and all of that. And it has actually taught me to save my work online, like using the Google Drive to save my work. Though I know that we can do that, but I was kind of scared and all of that. But later I found out that it's even safer saving it there than saving it on something like maybe probably flash drive. You can even lose the flash drive and all of your work will be gone. So I really learned a lot. And that one note, it was, though it was difficult, but it was interesting when everything came out fine. It was very interesting. And the learning designer, I like that also. You know, I never knew that I can actually do my lesson notes online. Honestly, I'm being honest. I never knew that I can actually do it online. But with that, I really learned a lot. And that learning designer, my boss has actually said that is what the school will be using coming next term. That's what we'll be making use of. No more writing in your notes and all of that. Everything should be online. Then you forward it to her and she'll do any correction and all of that. So I only want to say a very big thank you. I appreciate BAF. I appreciate Coca-Cola for this thing they did to me. They've improved me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a step ahead. I always tell my friends that, you people don't know what I'm enjoying. I was speaking to one of my colleagues. She was like, it's stressful. I say, yes, it's stressful, but I'm a step ahead of you. I'll come and teach you. Don't worry, when the time comes, I will teach you. And I'm not so I really want to appreciate everyone, the sponsors, the tutors, Mr. Jude Asheju, you, Mr. John. I really appreciate your efforts. God bless you. And your efforts will never be in vain. Thank you very much.
Appreciate Bumi Adedayo Foundation. So, and all the facilitators. So I want to be brief. So, because I know a number of people have spent time. So I really appreciate them, and especially to thank my proprietor and proprietress, because this course has actually, make them to spend heavily. You can't imagine when my proprietor walked up to me and he said that he has to get a phone. So they have to get us phone of over 1,000 naira just because we want to participate in this course. So I want this avenue to appreciate them for the data support, the mobile phone. I appreciate them. And also, you've really exposed me. Before now, I've been making use of, all these, some of these applications to teach. But then there are some knowledge that I know I'm supposed to get, but sometimes probably because when someone is in a comfort zone, you don't move out there. But what this course has done is that it has actually brought me out of my comfort zone. Some of the things that you're teaching us, I discovered that I've seen them initially on BBC. They have courses like that on Future Learn, but I never went for them. But what actually, amazed me was the design learner. So I didn't know such software can be available just free of charge. There are a number of similar this thing that I know, but they are not even as sophisticated as design learner, and you have to pay. Like the last one I saw sometimes last year was a Nearpod, but they are so expensive. But now with this course now, I've been able to know the use of this application, this online web application, and it's really amazing because you just design everything on the website, and then it gives you your lesson plan without much stress, with the voice and everything you've inputted. In fact, it's really amazing, and I pray that God will bless Bumi Adedayo Foundation for this. And also, I want to thank you for the exposure on Google Classroom. I registered for Google Classroom about 1 or 2 years ago, but I've not been making use of it. So I designed some lesson on it then back. So, but for this one, I had to design another lesson, and because of the push from Bumi Adedayo Foundation, I had to go extra mile to even invite my classroom pupils to view the lesson and comment on it and do the assignment, what they've not been doing before, and it was fascinating to them. Yesterday in school, we're still doing that. So it was a great opportunity. And also I want to thank you because I know that at the end of this course, I will become a Microsoft Innovation certified personnel, which is it will be a great achievement for me because I've been shying away from some of the courses because they are expensive, some that I see on a Coursera, on a EDTECH, So, but this is an opportunity, this is a very big opportunity for me now to get a certification, which I know will be of use to the school that I'm working with presently. So once again, I want to thank my proprietor and proprietress for allowing me to take part in this course. I pray that God will bless you. And I'm working at EDTECH Foundation. I could go on and on in the things that I've learned from these courses. For instance, I'm now able to sit down and look at the model, the blended learning model that I can use or that my school can use. I don't have such, such knowledge before, but now I have a clear idea. Some of these come as a vague idea before, but with this course, it's now clear to me on how I can go about the learning approach that I'm to use, considering, my pupils and then considering my own ends too. So thank you to Bumi Adedayo Foundation. I pray that more grace God will give to you. All your vision and your plan will be fulfilled in Jesus' name. Thank you.
I'm Mrs. Adediran from Paramount Nursery and Primary School, Irawo, and I'm a math teacher. Sir, before, I don't know how to use PowerPoint, nothing like the recorder, OneNote. In fact, I don't even hear OneNote before without knowing that it is on my phone. But now, with your help and the help of God, I can operate on all those areas and some other things that I cannot be saying now. I really appreciate you people. God will continue to strengthen you. Thanks so much. And I'm expecting more from you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Jimoru Kayat, the Greenfield School. I'm the head teacher. The most amazing part of the training is the OneNote. I discovered that as I was typing my assignments, I can view my teacher's assignments at the same time. They can see my assignment. If I write A, they can see A. If I write B, and so on. So it's quite interesting. Thank you to the BAV and the sponsor.
My name is Titilola Martins from Team Porters Gate School. I just feel I have to say this, since you're asking the new things we have learned again. The designer, and OneNote, that designer, in fact, we have decided that no more pen and paper lesson plan again. It's a major breakthrough as far as I'm concerned. So I really like to thank BAF and Coca-Cola for bringing this new knowledge to us. Of course, the OneNote, I know PowerPoint before. It's the OneNote, the designer. Then I hardly save on OneDrive. Now all my things are now moved to OneDrive, so I can see everything on my phone. I'm now used to it. I see the real importance of it, which I neglected before. So those are the.
Yes, sir. Actually, I really want to thank the BAF for this wonderful program, and I have learned a lot with respect to this very program. So although the PowerPoint I knew, I had knowledge of it, but in fact the way the Mr. Jude, the way he bring those things up, when he brought those things up, it seems as if I have not learned anything from PowerPoint. So, and that of the OneNote also was so fantastic, so sincere with you. And the Google form, sincerely speaking, I have never lay my hand on a Google form where I learned a lot as regards this, and I cannot wait to continue to make use of that Google form for formulation of assignments and quiz and so on and so forth. So Vav, sincerely speaking, I really appreciate. So Olaya Sikiro Ulabi from Ibadallah Islamic School, the master and teacher. Thank you very much.
My name is Oluwaranti Ubochoma from Precious Choral School. I am the head teacher and also the English teacher of the school. I must say, being part of this program has been very, very wonderful. I am not computer literate at all, even with my phone. My phone was just for calling people, receiving messages. Since we started this bath, I've learned so much. I didn't know my phone could do a lot of things that we did. In fact, everything looked like magic in my eyes. They looked like if we were performing magic and miracles. So I'm really, really happy. I learned things like PowerPoint, Google Classroom. In fact, it was very, very interesting and I really, really loved it. Now I can do much, much more with my phones. And I really, really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Bab. Thank you, Coca-Cola. Thank you all so much. You have opened a whole new world in computers. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
my
madam.
name is Okeke Florence from King's Pride Children's School. I really want to say I've learned a lot. I've learned that it doesn't cost so much to give the children an online teaching through all the various programs that we have learned. The Google Classroom, the PowerPoint, the Duo Recorder. I can record my teachings and then get it across. Even the OneNote is amazing. So I really appreciate BAF and the sponsors for the opportunity to take my school and the children higher. I'm the head teacher of King's Pride Children's School. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Esther Rutea from Pioneer Home School. I'm the English teacher. It has been a wonderful experience during this course. I've been able to learn in the aspect of the PowerPoint. I could give my students work to do. I even typed my exam questions on PowerPoint, the last exam we had. It was really stressless for me. I think even stressful. Then also in the aspect of the OneNote, now writing my lesson notes won't be a problem because writing the lesson notes on the book has been stressful, but now very easy. And there are so many aspects in the PowerPoint, even the Google Classroom. I haven't heard of it before, but now I can be able to do it. And I'm also happy that I'm going to impart knowledge to my students, even though they are far away from me. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bab. Thank you, Coca-Cola. And also a big thank you to Mr. Chu. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm Mrs. Showale Temitope from Westlake School, Maryland. It has been an amazing journey for me and for our staff too, because up till now, I remember during the lockdown, there are some of these things that we're able to do, but it's amazing that in the course of this training, for example, they used the Google Classroom. During the lockdown, we're able to use Microsoft Teams to deliver our lectures. And then when we wanted to write the examination, we had to contract it out for somebody to help us in the quiz. But now we could put our questions up through the use of Google Classroom, and we could come together to adopt the right mode of delivery for our school. Okay, we came together. What would be suitable for our school? We agreed, we're using a blended classroom, we are using the a la carte and all that. It's because of this training, and we are so grateful for it. I also want to say thank you, because OneNote has been an amazing experience for every one of us, I must say. And then especially, I must tell you, I must confess to you that I am hooked on my phone, because it's like the few days we've not been in class, I've missed the class so much because I am looking forward. So I am hooked. For example, now, because of the Google Classroom that my assignment, I scheduled the submission of the class. My alarm reminds me, I get notice of my alarm, oh, this assignment is due for submission. That assignment is due for me. It's all because of you. So thank you, BAF. Thank you, Mr. Crusade. Thank you, Mr. Jude. God bless you, Coca-Cola. God bless every one of you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Akingbade Yakub, the proprietor of Success Crown Nursery and Primary School, Owoloshoki. As usual, I don't see anything that is not new to me. And I find it that my staff are now telling me, henceforth, nobody will be preparing lesson notes on black and white. It should be online. But during the last exam with me, I practicalized that one note. I have some French teacher, our phonics teacher, that they wrote their questions on paper, and I found that the one note was able to translate into text. So I find it so wonderful, and it's just a magic to me. So the one note was just cross-functional, and it's very fantastic. None of the modules can be said is not new to me, except the online drive. I've been using online drive. Apart from that one, navigating through your LMS is also wonderful. So I believe I appreciate your effort, and I'm so sure every one of us do appreciate the BAF and the co-sponsor, Mr. Jude and Mr. John. You are grateful. Thanks to all of you.
Good evening, everybody in the house. Mr. Itu Paul, the math teacher of Mulipet Nursery and Primary School. I want to say a very big thank you to the BAF team for the wonderful experience they've given to us. You know, although I've been working with PowerPoint for some time, but after Mr. Jude put us through a lot, I've learned a lot through PowerPoint. And also the screen recording has been a very good experience. In fact, my children were surprised seeing me recording their revision and question, seeing my face in the video, like, Mr. Paul, how do you do that? I only smiled. I said, it's the work of the BAF team. And also the OneNote also. In fact, I don't know what to say. Me and my colleague went through the OneNote, were like, so we can also use this thing to prepare our lesson notes instead of making use of the Biro, the white and black. So it's been a very wonderful experience. And also the Google Classroom on Friday, I and my colleague, we work on it, and we try to use the code to like log in into one of the classroom, and it was fantastic. We ran a practical on that, and we're like, as from next time, all this stuff, we're going to implement it in our school. I want to say a very big thank you to BAF, the sponsor, Coca-Cola and others. God bless you. Please keep on the good work. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
My name is Benficiary. I'm from TVIC International School at Aja area here. The BAF training has been really, really helpful to me. I've been able to do a lot, learn a lot. Normally, the only thing I know about computer is just the Microsoft Word, but now I can use my PowerPoint, my Google Classroom. I even did example on Google Classroom with my students and with some of my teachers to teach my students. I've really, really learned a lot. I was very happy. I had to tell my proprietress that we have to adopt this in our school. We have to start using this instrument that's been teaching us since a month ago. We have to use it in our school. It's been really, really, really helpful. Me, myself, I've really learned a lot, like how to make, how to record and my voice had to be, and even when I showed my, like, how come, how is my voice in the computer and stuff like that. It has really, really been helpful. Everything has been helpful. I'm able to use my Google Classroom. I'm able to use my OneNote from module 1 to module 7. I'm able to use every single thing, my PowerPoint, how to record on it, how to edit, how to compress my video, everything. It's really, really been helpful. So I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Jude and Mr. John and to BAF for this very wonderful experience that let people like us get to know. Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is actually Williams Bankole. My dad is Abraham Bankole. He's the proprietor of the school, Willipet and Primary School. So he's not particularly around now, so I'm helping him on this. I've used this screen recording before, so I find it hard to use it. But when I followed this video by Mr. Jude, it has helped me a lot. I've done so various things that I myself, I never even discovered that I can do. And for PowerPoint, I've been using it before, but the way that Mr. Jude explained the way to use it was different from the way I knew it, so it was splendid. And I'm so grateful for that. And about OneNote, I've not met it before, I've not done it before at all. But when Mr. Jude introduced it and I knew I gained experience about it, it was fabulous. I love it, I love it. And I've told my dad already that it should be adopted to the school. I'm grateful to Mr. Jude, to you, Mr. John, and to BAF entirely, and for all those that sponsored BAF, that I'm grateful. This program is very, very interesting, it's good, it's educative, I like it. And carry on.
My name is Okoleru Ismaila Olawale, the head teacher of Ibadullah Islamic School, Alafia Mufafejo. I really love this and I really appreciate BAF and all the sponsors because before now, though I'm aware of the OneNote, PowerPoint, but not as much as it is now because I only know it for some certain things, but now I can use it for many things. Even not only my math teacher and the English teacher, I'm trying to put other teachers into the line so that we can learn together and see what we can do against certain, how we can integrate this blended learning so that we as a teacher and the students in general, even we started communicating the parents so that we can see how we can move out of the physical learning alone so that we can have a blended learning. So I really appreciate this. Thank you very much, and may God be with you. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. John. Good morning, everybody. My name is Oyo Ekelmado from Auntie May Nursery and Primary School, Dimo. Though I've spoken before, but I'll not get tired to talk. The experience has been, like I said in the chat box, is a whole new world. Bumi Adedayo Foundation has exposed me. Though I had a little knowledge of computer, but I've been exposed to a whole new world. Is it the OneNote? Is it the PowerPoint presentation? And when I went through the module 5, the learning designer, man, I love that one. Like I was telling, Musimola and I are from the same school. Like I was discussing, I said, by the time we start applying this in the school, it will solve a lot of problems for us. It is a total package, which I really, like I said, over appreciate. The other day, somebody was in my office, he came to see me, and he happened to see my training manual, and he was going through it. And he asked me this question, how much are you paying? And I said, no, we are not paying anything. He asked me again. I said, no, we are not paying anything. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. We are not paying anything. And he said, wow. So even if I did not appreciate before, with that statement from that person, we really do appreciate. And once again, I want to say thank you. And be rest assured, everything we are learning, we are going to apply it. We have already started some. The ones we have not started, we are still going to apply it. So I say thank you once again.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, really, I'm very grateful and appreciative, sir. This is Mr. Jimdin Adebipe, the proprietor of Anujum School opposite to Job Barrack. What I want to say is that you've really helped in professionalizing teaching job. God has do this when people see it as job that does not have any value, that people just enter it and do whatever they like. So now it means that now whenever anyone wants to join teaching as a job, at least he or she must have, apart from having certificate, SEODA or BEd in education, at least such a person must also be, well taught in as far as technology is concerned. So I want to say that though some of us initially we didn't know much about technology due to the various schools we went to, we just see teaching as opportunity and we jump into it. Now you have really pushed at least over 25% of us from 0% to at least 25% now, because before we don't know what do we need as far as technology in school is concerned. Digitalizing education, we don't know, some of us don't know what it really takes. But now I think we have known little about, okay, this is what I need. Okay, that is what I need. That is why this thing made some of us, unaware. So, but briefly, I want to say thank you very much. Personally, I've really gained, and my teachers are really, ready to push my school and to help these students to move to the next level. So I say kudos to you. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Mr. John. Good morning to everyone. My name is Mosomola Erogun from Auntie May Nursery and Primary School. I want to use this opportunity to say a big, big thank you. In fact, I never knew I could be part of this wonderful opportunity. I never knew I could be part of it. Because to be getting this for free, in fact, it's really unbelievable. And I really, really appreciate everything that you've been teaching us and more that you're still going to teach us, because that's actually improved our work in the school. Is it the PowerPoint? I heard of PowerPoint before, but I really did not know how to use it. But now I can use the PowerPoint. Well, is it the OneNote? Even the one for the Model 5, the Learning Designer, that one is the bomb. I was going through it and I really saw it is really the bomb. I was trying to practice it on my laptop yesterday. And so I'm really looking forward to it. It's really the bomb. It's really going to help us. So I say a big, big, big thank you. Thank you so much. Kudos to everyone. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I am Tennyson Lovett, Mrs. of Courage, Nursery and Primary School. Yeah, it's been a very pleasant ride and it's really worth it. It has created a bond between myself and the teachers, because everything we learn, we always go to school and share with the other teachers. So I remember yesterday we were learning. I was still teaching some of them what we have learned, and then they were looking at me as in I was like a god. It was strange to many of them. And I was just explaining to them, teaching them. After the OneNote question and answer time we had yesterday, I also shared the link to majority of them. And as at this morning, I went through it and I saw they all posted their contents. Few of them, some of them are still yet to post it. So it's been very wonderful. In fact, there's this bond, there's this attachment I have. I've been able to know those that are competent and those that really need to be worked on, because the trend is changing. It's going technical, so we need to move along it. So I've been able to know those that need to be helped. I know those that are moving on and on. So I want to really thank you all. I want to appreciate the crew for all that you've been doing for us. And I'm telling the world to watch out for us, because there are going to be a lot of changes that you'll see. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Clever Joy from Banavian Nursery and Primary School, Badagry, Itoga.
Okay.
Well, I really want to appreciate the effort you people are putting, because this Bomis Foundation really helped me a lot. There are some things I never knew before, let me say, like in the PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel. But because of this course, I was able to learn some new things, and I'm so impressed with that. Even despite the fact that I have a little idea when it comes to computer studies, but what I'm learning, it really helps me. Even in my class activity, I'm able to, give the children the best because of what I'm learning from this Burmese Foundation. So I don't want to waste much of the time. I really appreciate your effort, the effort you guys are making. Thank you so much.
Morning, my name is Ty Wester from the BAM School, Ijede Ikorodu, Lagos. I really enjoyed the training. Although I'm having a light challenge in my area, so this will be the first time I'm able to join the Zoom. But I'm able to go through all the courses online, the PowerPoint. I learned new things in Power. I don't believe at PowerPoint we can do video, and they even give us a link for we that don't have a laptop that we can, like the dual record that we can use for the video screen record on our Android phone. And when I did the OneNote lecture yesterday, when I read through it during the assignment, I was so marveled that wow, BAF are really trying, and I'm very sure that by the time we put it in place in our school, even because this really helps us. Maybe we have not this before during the lockdown, we will have done so many things. But I know by the time we put it in place in our school during the holiday, we are going to learn, and the students will be able to learn. We thank you so much. We appreciate it from the BAM School. Thank you so much, and God will bless you very much. Thank you so much.
I want to sincerely appreciate the foundation for this laudable project. We are indeed very delighted to be part of this program. During the lockdown, some schools were into online training, online studies and all that. So I saw it like, this is too huge. It's not something I can venture into. I couldn't bring myself to doing it in our school. So we had to use other means like WhatsApp and all that. But with this training, it's actually a very good eye-opener for us in the school. We are very excited about it, my team, the 2 teachers and myself. And I believe that it's a new normal that is going to translate to progress in our school. So I want to sincerely appreciate everyone. Despite the little itches here and there, we are still very excited to go about it and following up the various meetings. So I want to thank you. I've also had opportunities to private chat, Mr. John, Mr. Martins, and the response is very encouraging. So thank you so much. And I pray that the Lord will bless the foundation and all the sponsors. Thank you so much.
I'm Olabi Latif from Fadu Rohim Northern Primary School. In fact, it has been a very laudable program. Before now, I must confess that I have some challenges in area of application of technology in education, especially the PowerPoint. Also, although I have been taught before, but the way I was taught, I think there's a difference. The first day, you explain some things to us pertaining PowerPoint. Yours is a very, very easy and very, very explanatory. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Even apart from that, also, all the questions that we have been answering, the way you responded, you responded in a very gentleman way. I pray that may God continue to bless the foundation and every one of you. I also want to use this medium to, appreciate the wonderful job that my proprietress has done to me for finding me worthy of being one of the participants. That is Alahaja Alayaki. Thank you very much, Mr. John. I love all of you.
My name is Lawal Babatunde Adebinga from Darul Outcome Schools. It's a privilege to be among the participants in the BAF knowledge. Though the training has been very interesting, but it's a bit challenging, but we are coping. We have been able to learn different things from PowerPoint. Even the PowerPoint, I've started training the rest of the teachers on how to use PowerPoint to do some of their classes. And also, we are even planning during the holidays to try and train all the teachers in how to use those things that we have learned. And I believe during the course of the training, we are still going to learn more. We want to sincerely thank the foundation and all other sponsors. The Almighty Allah continue to reward them. Thank you very much.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Akindade Yakub Adekunle, the proprietor of Success Crown Nursery and Primary School. So since I've been part of this wonderful experience, I've learned a lot. Even I don't believe, as I said last time, that my handphone, that is my Android, I said I've realized that it is now a wealth for me. And I believe it is so for every other participant. The use of these Microsoft Word, the LMS, especially when it comes to this issue of PowerPoint, I find it so wonderful. To the extent that after training my schools, last week, Wednesday, I need to come to a village where I pass out my primary school. I told some of the parents there that these children need to know much, especially on the right of child on child abuse. So I organized them this morning. I was able to take them using the Microsoft Point, and I use the other asset, the Microsoft Word, so to train the children. And I believe the screen recorder actually performed excellently. I don't believe I'll be able to do it. I've done my class, I've been able to do it, and I find it very intensive and effective learning tools. I believe by the end of this program, I will have been certificated by the grace of God, and I wish everybody to have done that. Thank you, sir.
So let me read this comment from Mrs. Yewande Jayola. She says, I'm really grateful to the sponsors of this program, as well as technical team and Mr. Jude. My laptop has been having faults, and I thought I would be unable to fully participate. Through this program has taught me the versatility of my mobile phone. Who would have known such a common device could do so much? I can make my PowerPoint so easily on my phone, as well as make video lessons with the PowerPoint. So much ease. The encouragement that we've received to keep learning and keep doing more is so amazing. I really look forward to more of these lessons and hope we can all learn more.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Chukufevo, mathematics teacher for Testimony Nursery and Primary School. If I say I'm not grateful, that means I'm an ungrateful soul. Before I joined this training, let me say I have my PowerPoint installed on my phone. I have my OneDrive installed on my phone. I have OneNote installed on my phone, but I don't know how to use them. It's just there. I can just say that I just use it to fill space. Let me say maybe I saw some teachers who teach in more advanced. Maybe I said, okay, let me have this app. I don't know how to use them, but I can confidently say after the training, I can use my PowerPoint, I can use my OneNote, I can use my OneDrive. In fact, it gives me joy. Sometimes I'll just sit, I'll just pick my phone. Let me just do an online class. Let me just do a video class. Let me just do a presentation with my PowerPoint. Let me just go to my DU recorder. Let me record it. It has been an awesome experience. In fact, I find it more interesting in teaching my pupils now, in teaching them now. It's becoming, in fact, I find it as a joy when some teachers sit around and I will tell them, look at this thing on your phone. Look at what it can help you to do. Look at how you can go with it. I can't just imagine myself that now my Android phone is no longer just to make video, make calls, play games, chat. It's now a tool which I can effectively use to enrich myself and also to take myself in higher places. So I would like to say a very big thank you to the BAF team and to the organizers. May God continue to bless you guys abundantly. Thank you.
Okay, once again, my name is Adeolu Adedeji of Ikorodu Adamari School. I sincerely want to say thank you very much for the wonderful work you have done, the team, you as a person, and everyone that has made up to make sure that everything is going on fine. I sincerely want to say a very big thank you. And then in the area of how I've been impacted, well, I cannot mention it all, sincerely speaking. And then it's just only God that can reward all of you in this team. Only God can reward you. So I really want to say thank you for all that you have done. Thank you and God bless you. Okay, number one, the OneDrive and the OneNote that we have taught. It's actually new to me, especially the one, what is it? The OneDrive and the OneNote you took us in again yesterday. So it's all those things are actually new to me. And then I've been able to do one or two things with it today.
Hello, everyone. This is Ajayi Nusira Tolamide from Superb Education Foundation School. Through this initiative, I've learned a lot. I really appreciate the coordinators and those who brought the program for us. May Almighty God reward them abundantly. In terms of learning,
Amen.
I've learned a lot.
Okay.
In that Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, DU recorder, I've learned a lot because before this program, I only used my phone for calling and messages. But now, I've been empowered with the program. I really appreciate. Thanks.
Thank you. So I have a comment here from Ajala Aliman. Says, I'm really grateful to for the wonderful job you are all doing here and for impacting us all. I also want to appreciate the kind gesture. I received my data. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I really thank everybody in this, especially on this platform. So this platform has taught me a lot, especially in the do recorder. What I didn't know before, I think during the period I did my assignment on do recorder. So from then I can edit, I can edit, compress, and do everything I want to do with my do recorder, and especially on PowerPoint. So this program has really helped me a lot, and I pray, and my prayer is that God continue to strengthen this program in the name of Jesus. I pray that this program will go far more than this all over the world in the mighty name of Jesus.
Okoli Gladys says that I can now use PowerPoint to create my lesson notes. I can now use the recorder and OneNote to organize my lessons. Before this time, I had all this app in my phone, but I never knew how to use them. I really thank your team for this wonderful experience. Thank you all from Westlake Schools, Maryland. Mrs. Edekere Mary said, I'm also grateful. When my proprietor sent me the link on OneNote, I was eager to do my own, and I did it. I got it, and I feel so excited. I'm grateful to this platform. I just pray we continue applying what we learned here.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
My name is Okoli Onyinye from Dronet Angels Private School. My experiences are much, but I would like to share few due to the time constraints, sir. Honestly, I can only work on MS Word with my phone, but now, I can value my Android phone because I can use my phone now to do so many things, Microsoft PowerPoint and the rest of them. I can do my presentation both in audio and video with ease now. I really appreciate Bumi Adedayo Foundation, the directors and the facilitators of this program. In fact, to crown it all, this program is very awesome, very fantastic, and is a well-packaged program. More kudos to you all. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, my name is Igeseme Emmanuel. I'm from Geo's Wisdom School. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, wow. The learning so far has been really interesting. These past few weeks have been one of the best weeks for me because I want to really appreciate Bumi BAF Foundation. They have really done well to our school, seriously, because learning in using the LMX has been interesting, it has been interactive so far. It has been interactive from the LMX, learning, doing assignments, it has really improved learning a lot. I've learned new things like using the dual recorder, using, I have, previous idea using PowerPoint, but now I have more ideas how to navigate PowerPoint more. And also the recent assignments we have been given, it has been really engaging, seriously. And what I want to say, the LMX, the BAF, the LMX, it's really interactive. The site is really interactive. You can navigate through. Kudos to the team who designed the interface. And also, it has been really wonderful. I want to really appreciate Bumi Adebayo Foundation for this privilege and this opportunity to equip teachers. And it has made learning so easy. On behalf of our school, we want to say really thank you because I know we are still learning more. We still have few weeks to learn more, to learn new things. But so far, so good. What we have learned so far has been really wonderful to us. It has really helped us. And we are still, although we are still working on some of our assignments, which is we are learning more again. But so far, so good. We have learned a lot, and I want to really appreciate the foundation for that. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I so much appreciate BAF Foundation. At least I've learned a lot from the organization. Formerly, my phone was just a WhatsApp phone and calling, but now I have learned so much from the foundation and I wish to impart all our knowledge to the students. I'm very grateful for the opportunity being given to us. Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, I really want to appreciate Bumi Adedayo Foundation.
Okay, ma'am.
Initially, I've been so scared of going into the real IT world, but I can assure you I'm already thinking of how to teach the children. I had thought that using the Android phone, I cannot do any presentation. But yesterday, as I tried my hands on WPS, I was able to write my lesson notes, and I used the dual recorder to record, and I listened over what I did, and I was happy.
Wow.
And I already am thinking of what additional things to do more. No more scared, no more afraid. I'm bold and I'm happy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. Thank you so much.
I know I'm going to impact positive. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Oyo Ekemado from Antime Nursery and Primary School, EDTECH.
You're welcome, man. Please, you have the floor.
I really appreciate the training because since the training, both my phone and my PowerPoint presentation has been able to help me to see that I can use the features. Currently, I'm typing some features that I was not writing pictures online, especially the teacher put a picture in the exam questions. So I see that I can use that now to impute those pictures. And I really do appreciate that. Thank you to Bumi Adedayo Foundation and Coca-Cola and all the other supporters. I really do appreciate it.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Actually, I'm one of the privileged ones. I've been opportune to be exposed to new apps that are better off than the ones I'm used to, like S Recorder. It has been an awesome, great, and amazing experience for me. Module 1 and 2 session was great, but when I got to Module 3 and 4, if I can use the word banger, it was awesome. It was a fantastic experience, something that I've never experienced before. And I am so blessed and privileged. You know, a lot of us don't know that what we are enjoying for free now is a life-changing experience that will keep the participant viable, relevant, and be in demand in the teaching profession for a long time to come. The LMS that Mr. Jude Ashedu was taking, for me personally, is an explanatory enough class that I can get what I want. I want to say to Bumi Adedayo Foundation, God bless your foundation, to Coca-Cola, to Holistic Business Solution, to Tasty Fried Chicken, to Donor for Africa, to Nurture House, and the rest of them. Because I think this is the first body that I can see in Nigeria that is impacting the life of teachers. I've never seen any other body or foundation like yours. I pray that Lord will keep this foundation for times to come in Jesus' name.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for all you do. I wouldn't want to waste our time. I just want to share a particular experience I had. You know, honestly, I've been someone like a JJC when it comes to technology and all that. So I remembered when the first time I tried to upload my assignments, the first assignment we were given, we asked to upload, I uploaded it. And to me, I have done the best. I was expecting to get my results. I was so happy. And when I checked my profile, I saw that I had 0/10. I was like, wow, 0/10. Immediately I started shaking. I said, but I tendered my assignment. So what happened? So but along the line, I got to know that though I attached, but I didn't really know how to attach my file to the system. So I had to go over everything again through the help of our moderators and all that. And I was able to submit my assignments. And since then, I've been a guru when it comes to it. I think when some people are even making mistakes, I tend to teach them. So I've learned how to use the PowerPoint. I've learned how to convert my assignments I've learned how to submit the assignments into the system and all that. And it's been working for me. So I want to appreciate you all. I want to appreciate BAF. I want to appreciate Coca-Cola and every other sponsors. Thank you so much for all you do for us.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is
ma'am.
Aisha Olainka from Jaraba Muslim Community School. I want to commend the efforts of the designer and the programmer about this training. In fact, it's so fantastic and fabulous. I so much enjoy, even for those things that I've not been doing for a very long time, which I know a little about computer and the rest of it. But to me, I've never trying to even come up with using PowerPoint to create a kind of classroom notes, and it's so interesting while I was doing it. I want to appreciate the host for that.
I'm Mrs. Adunia Adeniyi of Victoria Principal Hall, Ajao Estate. I really want to commend and to thank God for linking me in such wonderful way to this group. Actually, I got to know about this group from one of my parents. She forwarded the link to me and said, Madam, would you send it to your group, to school owners? So I sent back to her. I said, who told you I don't need this? And that was the beginning of the journey. So I really thank God, because I've really learned a lot. And I know that my teachers have really learned a lot. We have new apps and new platforms. I'm particularly happy about the support group, because I'm a person that really love, to join so many groups, but not in this dimension. So I really thank God. I'm really particularly happy about the handbrakes, getting handbrakes on our PC, which I never knew before. And then the one note that I just read maybe about a few days ago, just that one is so wonderful. So thank you very much for the program. I particularly thank Mr. Nani, Mr. Shedu, BAF, Coca-Cola, and all the sponsors. Thank you very much. And to all my colleagues, please learn, unlearn, and relearn. God bless you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my coordinators. I want to really appreciate BAF and Coca-Cola, and I want to appreciate the facilitators too. In fact, Mr. Jude Asheidu, that's a name I will never forget. At least so far, he's been the one teaching, and I will say that there is a lot of transformation already. In fact, this training is an answer to our own prayers at Team Potter's Gate School. We were just, into say, okay, we want to take it further. We want to start recording our lessons and all that. And at first I was like, hey, do you mean that all these videos we'll have to put them on the computer? What if the computer crashes? In fact, that's the defining moment for me as far as this course is concerned so far. Because when I read about like the other testifiers said, when I read the one note, I was wowed. I was like, okay, my problem of having to, in fact, for the fact that we can store everything in one place, every class can actually go there and pick their own. I was like, wow. In fact, I thought I knew so much about the computers before, because I'm a graduate of computer science, but you have really transformed my life, I must tell you. And as a matter of fact, I must say this. When I saw the impact this is making on me, I said, no, it cannot be only me and the two teachers. By the grace of God, last week, we've started teaching. I hope it is permitted. We've started teaching other staffs along, because at the end of the day, I need everybody all hands to be on deck. And wow. I really want to appreciate.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Close. I want to really thank you. I thank BAF, I thank Coca-Cola, but I want to thank you, Mr. Close, for your patience and being involved. And, you have always been there. Privately, I will send you questions, you will answer. That is really amazing. And generally, we want to say that this is an amazing journey. Honestly, I have a device, and I never knew I could do so much with my device. And with the training so far, I've been able to do so much. But when I downloaded OneNote, I have always had it on my tab, but I have never used it. But since I watched the video and I read about it, it's been amazing. In fact, I've just been throughout the night for 2 days. I've been on OneNote. I've been doing so many things, including the ones that you have not even asked us to do, recording my voice and doing so much. And then just like the last person said, we realize that it's not just enough for 1 or 2 people to just have this knowledge. So I've involved other teachers in the school, and I've asked them that this is just an opportunity for us to just widen our horizon, and we are really taking all this. We are not just taking it lightly and just playing with it. We are running with it because it's been very helpful. So we want to say thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jude, a thorough teacher. Thank you, Mr. John Clushe. You are wonderful. God bless you all. And all my colleagues, I say, please, let us be patient. Let us not see it as just a child's play. Let's take this very seriously, and it's going to help us.
To say a big thank you to the BAF and our entire online teachers. After all, apart from me and my staff, I believe all the schools owner on this platform and teachers, we've learned greatly. Before, I've been hearing that my phone could be my wealth. I don't believe until I start with these BAF online lessons. I can now create online lesson, even to create and launch some application that I don't believe I can use my phone to do. I believe all of us have learned. Ham now and my staff, we are now dynamic and systematic with our phones. I believe other staff are now even saying, why not me? Why not? I say all of us be. So thanks to you and thanks to every supporters of BAF online lesson. Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
I want to use this opportunity to say kudos to BAF, Coca-Cola Foundation, and all other sponsors for this wonderful program. We are really enjoying you people. We are making progress. We are really making progress. We've discovered a lot of things we can use our Android phone for. Things we never expected we can actually achieve with this phone. Now everything is being possible. We say thank you to our facilitator, Mr. John Cluze. We really appreciate your effort on us. Thank you. God bless you.